Toycat, and I'm here to say there's a mountain over there, and I don't like it that way. However, here's the fun thing you might know about my Let's Play world. By the way, good to see you back here. I feel like it's been a while since we played here. But anyway, there's a mountain over there, but the reason that I've not been able to destroy it, you can see there's a big, specifically square section where I haven't, and that's because I have an Elder Guardian over there. This means that if I get too close to try and start the mining, do you know what happens? I'm mining away happily, everything's good, and then mining fatigue hits. Mining fatigue free, by the way. Apparently the title says 5. You know, I thought it was, yeah, anyway, so with that said, you get mining fatigue, and so it's really tricky to actually mine this, because look how long it takes. No one in their right mind would mine this entire mountain with that level of fatigue, right? It just isn't going to be possible, except, you know, given that I need this section right here to be gone, I think it's gonna have to be possible. I think, because a lot of people might give the tip of like, Toycat, don't you know you can fatigue away mining fatigue? Sorry, you can milk away mining fatigue. This used to be my plan. As you can see, I've got, I don't know why it's, okay, let's, oh my god. Okay, let me show you. So I do have, right over here, a couple of cows just handily laying around. But if you drink milk to get it away, it just immediately comes back. I thought this was a bug for the longest time, because how could this be intentional? But as best I can tell, it genuinely just is like, yeah, Minecraft doesn't think you should be able to escape mining fatigue, even for a second. So look at this. I'm gonna drink it, and then I can mine. Ah, man, yeah, you can mine like a block at a time if you do this. So if you filled your inventory with buckets, which, you know, let's be fair, maybe we should. Actually, not. Yeah, why not? Let's grab 3 buckets at a time. So we grab 3 buckets at a time. We can probably mine 1 block, and then, okay, so, gonna be real sneaky about this. Yeah, look at that. So we can get like, oh, this time it's working quite well. So yeah, that could be a better idea. TNT is another solution. By the way, this is loud. Am I the only one who like is being deafened by Minecraft's new music? So we go to audio. We'll just turn that down a bit more. Kind of disappointing that I should have to. I feel as though Minecraft should balance their music. But you know, it reminds me of the old console days, so I guess we don't have to be mad about it. Anyway, so yeah, my idea is I need to get rid of this, right? It's gonna be a whole problem. Why don't you move the Elder Guardian, says Ayan the One. See, that's another solution. So, see, I'm like, there's a rock and a hard place thing here, right? So if I move the Elder Guardian, the question is, how exactly should we do that? Because, oh my gosh, yeah, it's just gonna be slightly too short for me to get over there. Also, do you notice the improvement in frame rates? It looks like I should be able to make this jump. That's what's annoying me about it, is like, I don't know how it's possible that I can't, but we'll go around. You should stream it this time every day, says Yashmeet Sharma. Yeah, oh, there's some frogs over here. I need you guys, actually. There's 3 of, oh, that's cute. You know, you're gonna have to, you know, okay, apparently this is a swamp. I mean, I know it's a swamp looking at the ground, but you don't really believe it till you see a frog. So I guess we'll just scoop one of you fellas up. I need water to scoop up you know, it's too hard. You know, I guess I won't scoop you up. I guess you can be happy chilling by yourself. See, Minecraft 1.19, it's exciting. So yeah, this is my museum. I probably should remove this giant T. All things considered. Of course it's tricky, so we'll just hammer away at it. Okay, there we go. This is every single potion in Minecraft at the time of recording. They might have added a potion. I don't keep track. I mean, I do keep track, but I don't keep track of when I last made these things. This is every item in Minecraft that existed as of 1.16, I want to say. It's a nice little collection. This is my painting gallery. I have every single painting which you can find, as well as a mushroom, by the way. You know, that's handy. And then just over here, as you can see, my Elder Guardian. But here's the problem. I think I can move the Elder Guardian to the other side of this tank if I did some clever stuff with some water, right? Which, honestly, I think I should do. If I can get the Elder Guardian out of that corner and into that corner, maybe it'll make enough of a difference that I don't need to mine as much of mining fatigue. How isn't this torture, says Anvil. It's going to be torture. Also, I understand the pain of having an Elder Guardian after getting the How Do We Get Here advancement. You have so much patience, Toy Cat. Yeah, no, it's a lot of people, as it turns out, are not massive fans of the Elder Guardian. But sometimes you've got to fight the things you don't agree with. No, this is definitely like a big sacrifice I make for what. Okay, so I'm just gonna place water over there, and then we're gonna fill this container up. It's a little bit of a side quest, but sometimes you gotta go on side quests. Okay, so get ourselves out there. I'm not too bothered about his damage. As long as we can slowly but surely fill it in. And then if we remove these, like, if we remove some of the other blocks in here, and then place a couple of glass over there, the Guardian should be able to swim that way. In fact, we could force the Guardian that way by removing some of these waters. Yeah, that's my new idea. Remove these waters, put them over there. And then we do this for long enough, and yeah, he's gonna keep hitting me, which isn't very nice of him. I am trying to help you, buddy. Sort of. Amazing content is always doing very tedious things, which most people could not. Yeah, sometimes Minecraft is like, ooh, I'm gonna design a new house design, and it's going to be fun because I'm going to have a portal room, and I'm gonna, and sometimes Minecraft is, oh my god, I have a mob that just, okay, so we put that there. I hope he's, okay, I'm gonna hopefully push him that way now. There we go, it worked. Okay, so we can't swim against it because he's not powerful enough, which means every time we add one of these, we're just kind of, in fact, I could give him a hit, but I don't think he's got a way of regenerating it, and I'm worried I've already hit him a few times. But now that he is locked on that side, that should help me out. In fact, I'll fill this area in too, like just to make it look a tiny bit more complete, right? So we place some water there. Now the whole place looks a little bit more real and genuine and all the other things that are important. And now the Elder Guardian is trapped over there. So here's the question. Would being an extra 8 blocks away from an Elder Guardian be enough? I think the answer is no, but I hope the answer is yes. Why can't you use a minecart, Toy Cat? You mean put... So that's what I did to get him there. You can tell, that's what I, Also, TNT says high-rise 75. Yeah, I have enough gunpowder that I could use a fair bit of TNT, but there's definitely not enough TNT. That's the fun question, right? Put the Elder Guardian in a chest, then put the chest in a boat, then put the boat in a minecart, then get minecart fatigue. That's what I'm saying. You know what? That is what you're saying. Okay, so we're gonna be in the exact same spot over here. Am I still close enough to the Guardian? Oh, maybe I'm not. Okay, we go another step forward. We'll fill. No. Yeah, I guess it must be chunk based. That's my theory. Also, why can't I get the
Elder Guardian in a chest, then put the chest in a boat, then put the boat in a minecart, then get minecart fatigue. What am I even saying?
Yeah, I totally understand and agree with what you are saying, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, no, so yeah, it's a very interesting. So, Cat, are you sure you have the turtle martyr? Most people don't know they exist. Yeah, it's one of the newer potions, so it makes sense that it's forgotten about more often than the other ones, right? I'm not. I wouldn't say it's like a crazy. Come on, what? Okay. What? Why could I get the milk out of him earlier and not now? What has changed? This is infuriating. Anyway, what has changed? Also, thank you, Pete DSD, for becoming a member for so long, or having been a member for so long. What? Why? I'm spamming my click button, by the way. Am I? Why? Okay, I'm just gonna kill the sheep. There we go. And now we can scoop up, and we put a third one there. And so now between those two things we've done, maybe it works. Use a beacon with haste to make it a little less tedious. I do have a beacon on me. Okay, let's test that actually. Okay, so let's do the maths. We're not gonna have actual. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About 11 seconds with no beacon. But also, Cheesy Pies, thank you for the tip. You're Australian. Hello. You're from the country that cannot usually watch streams because of the timing. And I apologize for the fact that your country is upside down. But I'd also like to use this as an opportunity to mention, wow, did you know you can buy great merch like this one you might not have heard because you've not been at a live stream. You just have to go to ibxtoycat.store. There's a link down below. Is there not a link down below? Well, oops. Is there not actually? I actually don't know. Yeah, no, there's not. Okay, well, wow, go to the link down below that has magically appeared to go to ibxtoycat.store. Get yourself literally just a Toycat t-shirt today. Do you want one? Of course you want one. Of course you want one. I really like a color I'm surprised that I like is I really like this shirt in purple. It comes in black, don't worry. You can have your pro gamer color. Okay, so now we're gonna try the exact same mining. But we've got haste and we've got mining fatigue. Is it called haste? Yeah. So if we combine the two together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's exactly the same time. I guess the fatigue takes effect first. Or maybe it comes up. Honestly, it seems as though that made no difference, right? Am I wrong, chat? What do you reckon? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that was faster? Maybe I was counting faster. Maybe that's the entirety of it. Okay, so we can try this. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stand distinctly closer. No, this is awful. Okay, so this is only a efficiency 4 diamond pickaxe. If we switched out to an efficiency 5 netherite pickaxe with haste, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
My first
9.
ever Toycat tax. Pretty special moment.
Whoa, no, congratulations on the first toy. You know, this is your first time that I'm interacting with you. I mean, you've got a strange name, Spal, cease and desist. But, isn't that crazy that now the parasocial relationship, still very parasocial, you know more about me than vice versa. But now the balance is at least slightly changed. Yeah, look at this. This is such a big difference maker. Oh, I could do this all day, huh? Oh, this is so good. Yeah, I think genuinely it is fast and worthwhile to grab one of these, get as much mining as you can get in. The mining fatigue is going to come back, but I think there is. Oh, actually, maybe not. Ooh, yeah. I think the milk bucket strategy is what we've got to do. Just use a furnace to smelt.
5:30 a.m. here. Woke up just to say hi.
Hi.
You'll probably fall asleep, so here is your Toycat tax just in case.
Thank you so much, Riggins Rally Girl. It's good to hear. Wait, 5:30. You can work out your time zone. You live in Central Time. That's only like 10 states. There's only like 18 people living there. And so you've just doxed. I'm just kidding. No, thank you very much. Good to see you, Regan Rant Girl. Also, Hexateron just smelt the Elder Guardian into a Gilded Elder Guardian that doesn't give you mining fatigue. Yeah, no, it's funny. Sometimes people give like really rational, logical solutions. Like, oh yeah, why don't you do this? Counterfeit Toycat tax. Euros don't work in the Americas. Pepsi Max Lime for the win. Mountain Dew for the win. I love Pepsi Max has recently started going crazy on the variants. Like, Pepsi Max Cherry's been around forever, but now there's Lime and there's Raspberry, and honestly, that most of them are pretty average, but you're right, Pepsi Max Lime, that's the Pepsi Max that you want in your life. That is the one that is going on. Yeah, so as you can see, if I just stay on this part of the mountain, I'm safe from the Elder Garden effect. If I go a little closer, actually, ooh, yeah, up here, I don't know what's changed, but up here, I'm not getting mining fatigue. Also thumbnail fatigue 5. Yeah, so what I said, if you're curious as to how that happens, I said to Harrison at like quite late last night or the night before, I was like, so I want to mine with mining fatigue 5 or whatever it's called. And I figured that he knew what it was called, and so if it wasn't fatigue 5, but apparently, you know, maybe we both thought it was fatigue 5. Maybe he assumed I knew, you know. It's there's a lot of communication lessons you realize when you work with people, because something that makes perfect sense inside of your brain makes absolutely no sense inside of someone else's, and in reverse, right? Like, has someone ever tried to explain something to you and you're like, how are we both humans? Are these real thoughts coming out of your brain? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, yeah, this is much nicer. This is this is actually doable now. I've spent so long trying to get this done, but it looks like I found the solution. Solution. There we go. Made it rhyme. I've had a few people be like not upset but concerned at the amount of rhyming in videos recently. But I think there's something fun about how, you know, in that, just like I was saying with, I don't know how we understand each other sometimes when we give commands and stuff. I think it's so interesting that rhyming makes something just a little bit more compelling. You know, there's all sorts of things we only believe because the knowledge is in rhyming format, because it's easier to remember, right? Like, it's like the mnemonic of, you know, the rainbow, you know, like red, yellow, green, blue. Everyone knows that because they know, like, Richard of York gave battle in vain. They might know the weird American one that I genuinely can't tell you. Communication is a strange concept. Yeah, right, we're all just relying on this shared pool of ideas that we all kind of pretend to and or actually do have. But it's very strange. The more you dive it, the more you think about it, the more confusing it will get. There is no question about it. Yeah, I agree rhymes are fine to do and a great way to memorize things, says Cheesy Pies. Yeah, right, like, it helps if you're like, don't make it late to work, or I'll make it so that you can never twerk. I don't know, that's... I mean, if you're... I guess that's threatening to break your legs, right? Do you need to use your legs to twerk? I'm never really, I know, I'm never as updated on the cool words, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Michelle over here says 5:30 a.m. here. Was just about to go to bed. A little concerned at your sleep schedule, but you know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Are you enjoying this? Does anyone enjoy anything really? You know, isn't Minecraft all a giant slog, right? The whole game is about slogging through, and oh my god, that was so instant. So yeah, this is where things get a little bit trickier. I think if I'm higher up though, that seems to work in my favor. Maybe I could like, I was thinking like despawn him on peaceful, but he won't come back. Yeah, no, it's real hard. Also, thank you for the euros, Antaron. The euro and the dollar are getting very close to parity again. I think the euro might even long term. Actually, wait, I think it's gone the other way again recently. But yeah, I don't know the like. There's this funny thing as British people, we have this like big struggle, right? We've got two powerful blocks on either side of us. Time zone's correct. Wisconsin is the state. Hey, that's famous for cheese and sports fans. See, I know my America. Hot take. YouTube does streaming better than Twitch. Oh yeah, if you want to watch your favorite YouTuber stream, it's 100% better for you as a viewer to watch it on YouTube. The only difference there, like, you know, the quality is so much better on YouTube. You know, like, you can support a channel with a monthly... If you become a member on this channel, you don't just get streaming perks. You get perks across the whole channel in a way that Twitch can't do it because there's no YouTube equivalent. There's a whole bunch of other things. The problem is that for most people, YouTube is worse as a platform. Like, for the creator, YouTube is worse than Twitch is. So as an example, YouTube takes 30% of super chats. I don't know what Twitch takes on their bits, but like most people don't tip bits anyway, so it's not a problem. YouTube heavily promotes and implies you want to support this creator, use super chat. It helps the money. Some of the most it goes to them, and then like again, most people aren't too bothered by that. But it's like, well, as a creator, paying a 30% tax to use the platform, you know, it's some people don't like it. Some people do like it. Actually, no one likes it. Some people are okay with it. I guess like real taxes, right? Like, no one's like, yeah, really excited to do my civic duty today. Gonna pay taxes like it's no one's business. I kind of wish emotes were public for other people. Yeah, that is one of my complaints too. Like, I think having member-only emotes is fine, but give the free paying public access to the desert well or Big Salmon. Why can't you? You know? Yeah, no, but and that's the interesting thing, right? It's like with I don't know, restaurants. You know, there's all sorts of things that the consumer would prefer they don't do, but they don't because it doesn't really work for them. And yeah, in a lot of businesses, in some businesses you have to be ultra competitive. Like if you're making a supermarket, you can't say, well, I'd prefer not to work on Fridays because those are my me days. You're not going to run a supermarket if you're not open a whole day of the week. But some businesses are about, you know, like, I don't know, individual skill, talent. Like if you go to a restaurant owned by some fancy chef, have you ever seen the hours of like famous places? It'll be open from, there's a place I really like. I found it yesterday. They make Texas barbecue. They're open from 5 to 11, 4 days a week. And it's, actually wait, sorry, 5 days a week. It's Sunday and Monday they get off. So not Tuesday too. They're open on Tuesday. But it's like, man, that's some sweet, you know, you own Central London real estate. And you're just saying, yeah, I'll just leave it closed 2 days of the week and most of the time on the rest of the days. But if you're like good enough at what you do, you get to dictate that. And I think that's where Twitch streamers actually are, is people like Twitch streamers for themselves. It seems as though most, I think that's, sorry about, I need to drink. You know what, it's early in the morning. I'm drinking some energy drink. Because I would like some energy, by the way. You know, isn't it crazy they're called energy drink? But, you know, if you notice, it doesn't actually give you energy. It just makes you feel not tired. I guess you could argue energy is being not tired. But you could also argue that, I don't know, a cat is actually a cow. Because they both have, you know, they both produce milk. Wait, do cats produce milk? They must produce. Are cats mammals? No, they're felines. How do cats feed? You know, why is it, you know, when you look at animals, why, I feel as though humans, we have eggs, but we don't lay them. I feel as though we should lay eggs, right? I feel as though pretty much every big problem we have with the whole childbearing process comes from the fact that we don't lay eggs as a species. Rather than this whole like, oh, I made a poor decision 9 months ago, and now I'm gonna heft around this giant little blob, you know, that grows into a human being, or is a human being, depending on your perspective of the world, I guess. But you know, like, wouldn't it be nice if you just like, oh yeah, nine, you know, you just pop them out. There's a little egg on the ground. You don't want the egg? Squish the egg. You want the egg? You keep it going. You know. Whereas it's like a very horrific process to. Of course, cats are mammal. Warm-blooded, bro. Milk. Yes, cat nipples. Cats do have nipples. Okay, yeah, no, it's cats. Cats are mammals, I guess. Does that mean cow? You know, honestly, okay. This is the funny thing about classifications of animals to me. I feel like we came up with them in like a simpler time, because if you look at like, you know, the platypus is the fun example, right? Where it's a mammal that has both, like it lays eggs, but it still produces milk. And there's no other bird that produces milk, and there's no other mammal that lays eggs. And so which, or not bird, I guess you wouldn't put it into, but there's not, is it fish? I don't know what else you'd consider it, but there's always, people say the exception that proves the rule. But to me, that kind of shows that, like, yeah, no matter how you try to classify things, if you try to classify people, we're unique enough that you basically can't do it. It's one of the flaws that every single, you know, multiple times through history, we've tried to do this thing where we're like, what if we could work out who the good people were, and then blah, 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 maybe a genocide or two by the end. But the problem always comes down to, how do you not know what a mammal is? How do you not know what a mammal is? If you think cats are a mammal, I've got a bridge to say. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I guess that's they're subclassified as felines, right? They're in the family of cats, and then there's you have to subclassify all the way down. Humans love classifying things. Yeah, you never see a goose being like, oh yes, put on my monocle. This is the Felidae House Catechus. And that, you know, they're never gonna say that. Instead, the goose is just laying there, and he's like, honk, I see big animal that might kill me. I'd better fly away. And the cat too. The cat isn't like, ooh, what is this spectacular specimen I have run across today? Ooh, this appears, no. The cat is just like, ooh, I see food, eat food. You ever see what cats do to like rats and, you know, I'm just saying it's kind of horrifying. Whereas humans, we're like, ooh, We must classify. There must be a perfect way to explain. You know, like, there's a whole category of humans whose job it is to, like, try and understand the world. I think that's crazy, personally. I think I overcooked my egg. It's eating crisps. I always, everyone I've heard who's had a goat has fed their goat crisps. And that to me, that just feels like, that can't be a health food. Animals definitely distinguish between other animals, lol. I think they distinguish between, like, threatening or not threatening, right? Like, if you raise a cat around dogs, the cat thinks dogs are chill, and vice versa. You know, I feel as though they're not thinking about, like, ooh, is this dog more or less similar to a platypus, though? You know, the dog does have milk-producing... You know, dog milk is a thing? You know, this is totally almost anything. Yeah, Also, here's my first Toy Cat tax from here in nowhere, Wyoming at 4:40 a.m. Show us the cups from ibxtoycat.store. Wow, if you go to ibxtoycat.store, you can get the wonderful We Will All Die Someday mug. Perfect for filling with the juice. This looks a lot like pee, doesn't it? You know, what if I did pee in a cup? What if drinking your pee did give you energy, you know? Okay, so one of the things that I have inside of me that everyone else doesn't seem to, or everyone else has inside of them and I don't seem to, is like random disgust at like a whole bunch of things, basically. But one of those is like, you know, if you know, actually, let's not even. Let's not even. That mug is adorable. Thank you. I like it so much. It was a quirky idea for a design we had a very long time ago. During the pandemic, we couldn't get it made. It doesn't even make sense. How does the pandemic limit? You know, I'm not gonna dive into supply chains now. But still to this day, I'm upset with the idea that for years and years, even now, by the way, try and call up a business, and if it's a business that doesn't want to speak to you, like a bank or an airline, if it's a business that doesn't want to speak to you, they'll say, I'm sorry, these are difficult times we're in. Because of the current situation, call times are a little longer than we'd like. Actually, if you want to know a real fun fact, I called a bank recently to open an account. Because, you know, it's, sometimes you need an account. Maybe you're in a new country and who knows? So I, like, they have this thing where it's like, please only call us if it's urgent. Just so you know, we can't open accounts over the phone. And then, you know, after, you know, going through them, they open the account over the phone. I'm just saying, it was pretty interesting that they just said, they just said that you couldn't so that you wouldn't, like, I just think it's so weird, the world of, like, imagine a supermarket, again, like, we live in a world of, like, variously competitive industries, you know, that need to have different degrees of standards. Imagine going into a supermarket, they're like, we're not open today, sorry, don't come in. And you're like, I see the lights are on and there's other people in there. And they're just like, I'm sorry. I've got hiccups now, it's terrible. Get haste 2, instant mine. I wonder if the instant mine thing is cancelled out by mining fatigue. Like it is, but is it? You know, if haste 2 is applied first, and then, you know, I don't even think about these things. OMG, he fixed his audio, says Pat. Yeah, I'm sorry, we're sorry, you as a customer are not important as an individual, as your purchases only compromise a tiny fraction of our profit. Thanks for calling. It's even worse because, like, if you're calling for support, right, that's not the part of their business that makes money. Like, if you're like, you know what I'm saying? Same with an airline, right? An airline wants you to book tickets because they will go out of business if you don't. But once you've booked a ticket, the only incentive they have in giving you good service is that maybe you don't book with that airline again in the future. But in reality, they know as well as you do that the way that you book airlines is you sort by cheapest and you fly with those people. Not, you know, like, if you're... I've seen old people be like this, and I've seen very wealthy people be like this, but even then, very few. No one's like, oh, I just love this airline so much, I'd be willing to pay hundreds of more dollars for a different airline on the side of the plane. No, sorry, airline logo on the side of the plane. No, the way people choose how to fly is they book the cheapest ticket. And so if you have a real big issue like, oh, you need to cancel because of some code thing, you need to change it, then they are like, you know, what's their incentive in letting you? Their incentive is they now have to go through extra work. They have to, and it's like, no, we don't want to do that. We would like to do the bare minimum amount of customer service that you won't not consider us next time you buy a ticket. That is all we are going for, and we're doing pretty well. But the airline quality does matter, says Kid. I genuinely don't believe that you believe that. Like, I think that the only exception is if it's a real budget carrier, like Ryanair or Frontier or Spirit. I really like Spirit, by the way. Like my favorite airline. If you know, usually speaking, whole side and rant. But the only time it's different is if it will cost you more on the cheap ticket than the more expensive one. But, you know, there's no airline like, ooh, the best airline in America is either Southwest or Alaska Airlines, right? But if it's $100 more to fly with them versus the worst airline, you choose the worst airline because you're not picking a service. You're based on, you know, like quality of airline. You want to get to your destination. It doesn't matter about anything else, right? It's, I don't know. It's interesting how we have certain products like that, where the product is ostensibly one thing, but it's actually something else entirely. Like, I don't know. You know, gambling is the same. Well, alcohol, right? Alcohol is ostensibly you're buying a drink. You know, it's like, would you like a drink? Because drinks are a thing normal people need. You know, refreshments. I sure am feeling parched. I should have a drink. Except no, you're actually buying, you know, the intoxicating effects that come alongside of it. Flying's pretty cool too. You're literally flying in an air machine above the clouds. I fly Delta. Alaska sucks at being reliable. They rarely cancel flights. I believe. Okay, so again, I like Delta a lot. I think they're the best U.S. major airline. But you know, just to give you a little fact check right here, the most cancelled airline for the last like month or so because of the staff shortage, airline chaos that's been happening around the world. It's been Delta. They've been the worst for the last, you know, like they've got the nicest hub in Atlanta. You know, it's always fun to go through there. But yeah, you wouldn't. We realize you have a choice in flying airlines, and it looks like you made the wrong one, says Patrick Honey. I would love to have a budget carrier. I think there's room in the US market for an airline that is just unapologetically mean. You know how Wendy's is on Twitter? You need, like, Frontier or Spirit needs to actually have that. Like, we know you have a choice in airlines, and we appreciate you choosing us as the bare, as the absolute minimum, or the only choice on your route, because they'll fly a lot of places directly. It's very fun in my opinion. Like, I don't know. I just think, especially for, you know, like, I don't know, like, let's not make it a class thing, but like, if you're flying an economy, there's no real difference besides if you fly the best airline in the world, you get 6 centimeters more legroom. Is that 6 centimeters? That's too big. 6 centimeters more legroom, and you'll get a Kit Kat as well as a meal. And it's like, ooh, I'd better spend $100 more on the Kit Kat and the 6 centimeters of legroom. No. That's not what you're thinking. What is 6 centimeters in inches? Like 2 inches? I have to drive to a different state to get to an airport, so I really choose the cheapest. Yeah, the idea sounds like it'd give the airline a lot of character. Yeah, like there's a restaurant in America called Dick's Last Resort, and they're famous because they're mean to people. I actually haven't been there. Maybe it's not as funny as it sounds. I'm just going off the idea of, you know, like what I've heard from other people, I should say. But apparently it's a restaurant where they're super mean to you. They roast you. Their servers are trained to say super mean things and make you feel bad, right? And so, yeah, given that that's the case, you'd figure out who would go to a restaurant with him. But people love that idea because, again, there's something about subverting expectations, which people like. I mean, I guess you could argue that's comedy. But people would like it if instead of the airline saying, "Oh, we appreciate you have a choice in airlines. Thank you for choosing us," they're like, "Yeah, we appreciate you have a choice in airlines. Maybe pick better next time." You know, you had all those options on the search, and still you chose us. Let's hope you don't make that same mistake again. I'm just saying, there's a lot of thing. Shelling out the big money for the Kit Kat. Yeah, that's the annoying thing about like even if spending more on a better airline did mean better food, it's like, you know, you have to hang around in an airport for like some time before your flight. You know that airport sells food, right? And that if more money for better food was the important factor to you, you know you can. In fact, I will go as far as to say, like, food, unless it's a really tiny or terrible airport, airport food is way better than airline food, because airport food is the same as ground food. Airline food is a whole nother matter. You know, what's the deal with airline food is what I'm saying right now. You ever think about that? I was getting getting ready so late for the combo, but my cat eats butterflies, says Lena Al-Hamed. See, that's funny. Do you think the cat... I think the cat doesn't care that the butterfly's a bug. I think the cat cares that it's a moving thing and it killed it. Hey, Anonymous Dab! Thank you for joining the channel membership club. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Also, I think I have to mine an extra couple blocks out of this later to make this not seem so weird. You know what? We'll just mine up a few blocks and then no one will even notice. Problem solved. We should probably also remove this block and this and then a few of these too. There we go. It's like there was never even an issue here. But no, thank you very much, Anonymous Dab. I just don't eat on flights. It's just eating extra later is significantly cheaper. Says Comrade Lennon. You know, Comrade Lennon, you've got the thing you should be fearing is being poisoned if you eat on flights. I mean, can you trust all the flight attendants? Honestly, that's my biggest fear of being like a political exile. Is if a like big country hates you, you know, like a Russia or China, if like a country wants you poisoned, you can't trust any food ever. Like, think about it. Can you trust the food that you get at a restaurant? Well, you never know if okay, you can't eat at restaurants, can't eat on airlines, can't eat anywhere people prepare food for you. But you can just cook your own food and like, well, ignoring you know, something millennials not cooking, but you know, like if you can just eat your own food, sure, technically speaking, but like when you go to the supermarket, you're picking up vegetables that you just kind of assume. Like if you, I think it's the same with if you're a germaphobe. Like the last couple years have been hell for germaphobes. This whole time, everyone else has been saying like, oh, just take it easy. And then there's been 2 years where everyone's like, oh, we're scared of germs too. And they're like, yes, you finally understand my fears. Like, why do some people don't wash their hands after using the bathroom, and some people like they don't wash their vegetables before eating. Some people don't wash their hands before eating, and you know, like etc. etc. Thank God everyone's finally on my page. Like we're gonna keep good distance. We're gonna keep good hygiene. We're not gonna come into work. Oh, thank God, guys, you're all agreeing. And then the moment everyone could get away from that, they're like, yeah, I'm good now. They're like, but there's still germs. You know, like I do feel like some real sympathy for people like that, you know, like who are very, 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 you know, I know, like imagine the whole world coming together to agree with you and then immediately stopping. As a German, I've never heard Germanophobe. Imagine being a Germanophobe and then the whole world ignores you and they're like, no, the Germans are cool people. And then there's like a few years where they're like, wow, those Germans sure are bad people. And you're like, yes, exactly, that's what I've been saying. You know, like maybe we should, you know, and then as soon as World War II's over, everyone goes right back to saying, actually, the Germans are cool people. You're like, no, guys, don't you know? Like, I don't know, that's there you go. That's my fun thing. But not washing your hands after using the toilet is pretty gross if you're gonna eat a sandwich. See, but then there are some people that go the opposite end. Like I can actually see that. Like, yeah, if you know, like if you don't wash your own anatomy, like in every day, like, you know, yeah, and then you touch your anatomy and then you go and eat things, that could be pretty gross, right? But then then you could go the other angle and say, okay, if you're gonna wash your hands after using the bathroom and then also wash your hands before eating something, what are you worried about touching in the meantime, you know? Your cupboard doors? Don't mention the war. To be fair, Germans are the main antagonists for both world wars. I think even though they're an antagonist in World War I, they're not really evil, right? They're just like, oh yeah, those are some people who wanted to do some things. Unplug that microwave. The you ever think about the microwave, right? Like, it is if we invented the microwave today, there is no way we would let that go into people's homes. Like, I've considered that so many times about how there is this box of radiation we have that we don't like to touch and we've kind of accepted as part of our lives. It's like, well, we couldn't get it out of our houses because even though it produces lots of radiation, I mean, how else are you going to cook a frozen pizza in 2 minutes? There's no way. There's no way. Like, modern technology, everything modern, really, it's weird. We have this weird world where anything before, like, 1980, it's just like, yeah, work it out, try not to die. Anything after 1980, it's like, yeah, so we're going to have to put 1 billion warnings so that you know how to do this. And so, like, it's, if you've grown up in the last X amount of time, everything, you assume if something can kill you, there'll be a ton of warnings. Whereas before that time, it's like, you want to refill your electricity box. Ooh, and you're dead. That's 24 volts at, you know, whatever thing. I had a microwave that killed my internet a little time ago. See, that is so interesting to me that I wouldn't have assumed there was any overlap between the microwave frequencies and that other thing. Let's get back to mining with mining fatigue, by the way. This stream has gotten away from its roots. You know, our goal here, our grand idea, was meant to be, you know, it was meant to be mining with mining fatigue. So let's make sure we get back to that. Are we all good? It's kind of insane in every household there's 100 things that can kill you on average. Yeah, I think about just how many ways you can die because of lack of knowledge. And I think, ooh, I see why we have to tell people about that, right? I fried a microwave by putting a pan inside of it when I was like 7. Oh yeah, I put a yogurt lid inside of a microwave when I was young, and seeing it catch on fire was so metal. It was a crazy thing. I remember once, this is still one of my craziest memories. I woke up, and I was charging a Game Boy battery, and I woke up and the Game Boy battery was smoking. The whole room was filled with smoke. Like, I guess it was an early battery fire. And so I just went and unplugged it, and then I don't remember what happened for the rest of that. Like, how did a fire alarm not go off, you know? Why are you mining a mountain purposely with mining fatigue? I think it's fun sometimes to mining fatigue. Let's mine without efficiency now and see what a difference it makes, by the way. Okay, so we're gonna mine the coal, which is a slightly longer mine too, with mining fatigue, with this. Oh yeah, this is good. You're subscribed to IBX Toycat, I guess. I wasn't subscribed to IBX Toycat. It's a whole problem. I broke a mercury thermometer. Was that a little by heating it on the fire? Probably be fine. Ah, yeah, you know what? That's all good. OMG Toycat, that's a really toxic smell. Some say to this day that's why I'm slightly messed up. It's because I inhaled a little bit too much, Game Boy smoke. Game Boy Fire. This new console is lit. I'm surprised actually I guess Kindle's gone for the Kindle Fire branding. But it's like, it's Amazon, so no one's going, yeah, my new Amazon device is lit. Ironically, you probably needed a battery in your smoke detector. No, I despise smoke detectors. Genuinely, if I, have you ever microwaved chocolate? Yeah, it goes hard, right? You have to, everyone just wants melted chocolate, but what you have to do is you have to put it in like a bowl and, oh, it's terrible. Yeah, I think that I had a secondhand microwave as a child that didn't stop when the door was opened. I'm jealous forks are free. I mean, forks are free, so throw them in the microwave, right? Yeah, I think mining with your fist simulator. I wonder how long it would take to mine this coal with my fist with mining fatigue. Do you think it'd be a while? I reckon it'd be fast. Always inhale burning electronics, and by that I mean never under any circumstances. Yeah, there's a lot of fumes that are particularly deadly that I've inhaled over my lifetime. I like the smell of burning plastic, which, I'm just kidding. I don't like the smell, but I didn't know that you shouldn't inhale it until like way too far into my fire phase as a teenager. You know how it is. You know, everyone goes through that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things in life that are very bad for you. Also, look at little frogs here. It's very cute. Should we go? You know, I'm gonna go fill up. I'm gonna go grab one of these frogs. Deadly fumes is the good stuff. It really does be the good stuff. Fire phase. Everyone goes through a fire phase. You just like, you want to see the world burn, so you light things on fire. So let's not act like that's not what everyone goes through. Yeah, I think we should take one of these frogs. I think we need it. I don't know why we're gonna need it, but let's grab one. Oh. Can I not grab a frog? Can you only grab tadpoles in buckets? Do I have to grab the tadpole, put him in the nether, and then let him grow up there? Apparently so. Okay. Anyway, I think there's a lot of things in life. It's true. There are so many things in life. There's like dozens. I forgot they added frogs. Yeah, I kind of forget a few times every now and then. Also, good morning from Florida, Toy Cat, says Crystal the Fox. Howdy, Crystal the Fox. How's it going? I live in the great state of Florida, and we got many great things going on. You hear about Florida, man? You hear about, I don't know, like, Disneyland? Disney World? Yeah, we got so many good things going on over here. That's how Floridians sound, definitely. They won't let you kidnap adults, only children. It's pretty messed up, huh? It's pretty messed up indeed. What's your favorite frog light color? I think it's green. I guess yellow looks the most like a real light, though. How are they going to grow up in the nether if there's no water? You know, I haven't considered any of these questions. It's one of these things I'm going to have to do later today. Oh my god, I hate you, Guardian. It's one of these things I'm going to have to do later today. But I haven't considered how I'm going to do it yet. Can you keep a tadpole in a cauldron? Man, that's a fun idea. You see, there's all these questions I don't know the answer to. Yeah, no, so, chat's moving so fast. No, I live in Wyoming. Wyoming is a very... I didn't know Wyoming was mountainous, by the way. Why did no one tell me? Everyone's just like, yeah, no one lives in Wyoming. It's like, but it also, you know, another interesting fact is it's mountainous as heck. But no one told me that. Okay, so, yeah, I'm glad to finally be mining this out, by the way. I've wanted to do it for a while, so it's a fun little addition. Okay, so, I don't know how I'm not getting mining fatigue, but I'm just gonna keep taking it. See, fun fact, the Elder Garden is based on your position, which means as long as I stay far enough away from it, and I mine from a distance, I'll be able to get most of this done without having to resort to the milk. So, Kat, what do you want in 1.20? I've had so many questions asking this. I think it would be a fun... I think it might be an interesting, like, answer for a video thing, right? Not to do that, like, ooh, as a YouTuber, I should milk it. But, like, I think spending some time and thinking about, like, most likely, least likely, blah, 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 blah. I also, you know, like, here's a funny thing. Every YouTuber I've ever spoken to is the same on this. Where there's always so many more ideas for what you want to make as content than what you can, like, do. Like, I wanted to make a video about the mysteries of 1.19, because there's so many just weird things we still don't know the answers to. I want to talk about those for a while. His British accent's a lot like an Aussie one, just some words pronounced a little bit differently. Yeah, some people say I sound Australian. Some people say I sound Canadian. Some people say I sound American. And to Americans, I still sound distinctly British. No, it's crazy. I went to a family event this last weekend. Or last week. And it's weird. Everyone there was like, wow, you sound so American. I've got a side of my family that I just don't see very often. You know, something abandoned, not abandoned, what's the word? Absentee father. Also, that was weird. I want to put that down there, though. And so, yeah, it's weird, like, I don't know, like, your own family member being like, oh, you sound very this. They don't say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. Also, this is terrible. Okay, so we'll stand here. Okay, let's see what we can do here. It definitely seems as though there's going to be a whole section of this over there that we can't access easily. But the rest of this seems to go just well. Oh, yeah. I think the rest of this we're going to be mining with mining fatigue, chat. I think we finally reached the point where that makes sense. So we can get rid of the dirt nice and easy. Because dirt's barely much longer. The rest of this, though, If we stand, like, over here, maybe? Are we good? Yeah, that's... We can get a few more blocks out of the way. We have to be very tactical about it. But I think we can... Yeah, there we go. We stand back at a distance. And we can get a few extra blocks out there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, so this is... We're really approaching the limit on what we can do here. You've grown so American, Soy Cat. Last time I saw you, you were Welsh. No, it's the strangest thing. You know, I think this is a weird thing that families get that you don't get with friends, right? Where there's like an assumption that you should know each other. And so it's like, ooh, yeah, last time I saw you, you were a baby. And it's like, last time I saw you, you weren't so old. Yeah, there's like very little difference with adults versus children. Now, the worst thing, does anyone else have this, like, randomly meeting what is to you a stranger and then being like, I knew you when you were a baby. And it's like, well, I don't have a way to confirm or deny that. So I'm going to say the reverse to you. Like, I bet you steal from charities when you're bored. And they're like, whoa, 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 what are you saying that? What evidence do you have for that? And it's like, same in reverse. Yeah, show you how it's done. Why do you also break dirt slowly? It's mining fatigue, not digging fatigue. You know what? That's a bug. Let's throw that on the bug tracker right now. It's meant to be mining fatigue, not digging fatigue. I get that all the time, lol. Yeah, I find that, like, exhausting. I think that's, like, the worst thing you can do to a person. Is be like, I know you, even though you don't know me. And, like, can we be a little less creepy? Is that okay? Is that what we can do? So yeah, I think now we have the question of what do we do with the remaining mountain? Like, we could probably terraform this a little bit to make it a little bit less ugly. Or do you think it's funnier, or, like, you know, better that it's deliberately in this big formation, you know? Like, it makes a... Like, you can see where there used to be a mountain and where I've cut just a square out of it here. Quite a big square. I had to cut some of it out just to make the... Actually, I probably should mine back there, too. I'm not going to be able to, but I should. What do you reckon, chat? Do you like this, like, square corner? Or do you think it's better if we naturally have the corner, like, go diagonally in? I once put a frog in my back pocket and forgot about it for a day. I just wanted a pet frog. It got squished. Oh, no. Oh. One of the worst stories I've ever heard is, like, someone being like, I was a curious kid. So I once saw a kitten while I was out in the wild. And I wanted to, you know, save the kitten for later. So I put it under a bucket. And then, you know, it was like quite a few hours before I remembered about the kitten. And you know what happens if you put a bucket over a kitten and then you leave it for... It's very heartbreaking when, you know, children's curiosity... It's like cats, right? Like, cats don't mean to kill butterflies. I mean, apparently your one does. But they don't even mean to kill birds all the time. They're just like, ooh, is a moving thing. It's like playing with a cat toy. Except, cat toy, a little bit murderous when it's gone. But besides that, it's great. I love the square corner, says somebody. Yeah, I think we should go, like, 3 more blocks further out. Actually, maybe we shouldn't, because if we do that, it'll look a little weird that we're directly on the side there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Curiosity killed the cat. That is literally curiosity killing a cat. That is prime example of it happening right there. Oh my god, this is hard. Why remove the mountain here? Of all the millions of mountains in the world, you destroy the one protected by your own pet guardian. It's because I was dumb and I started my all block area here. Because I tried to do as many things as I can, like inland, you know, like in existing parts of the world, where such an opportunity exists. And so that involved being here. You know, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, I'm going to mine all of the coal. Oh my gosh. I'm going to mine all of the coal in the ground because I feel like some coal would be good. I don't even know why. I just feel like some extra coal really could help out. Clearly the cat sees us wasting money on chicken and wants to give us a free meal. Yeah, the cat's like, oh my god, you paid how much for that fried chicken? You know, I can't fry it for you. I'm no chef. What I can do for you is I can help you out, give you a little thing. I read the title. It seems like masochism. I mean, isn't everything a little bit messy? If you think about human life, there's a little bit of like, if you removed suffering from the human experience, I think it would be more miserable. And sometimes I think we tell ourselves that to justify our suffering and the suffering of others. But I also do think that, yeah, once you remove all the negative parts of the day and you make it as peaceful and relaxed and easy as possible, you get very boring days. The most fun days are the ones where you push yourself into, like, unpleasant, not fun situation. Also, why did it reset? Oh my god, all that working, and it didn't even pan out the way I wanted it to. Tweak out the philosopher. I think that's the most interesting part. I guess that is philosophy to some extent, but like, isn't that weird that to have enjoyment you need to have not enjoyment? So removing suffering increases suffering. Exactly. That is my genuine. If we removed everything which made people suffer, we would suffer more. Is actually my point of view, my worldview there. It sounds insane, but I do think it true. Also, having 1.16 there, 1.17 there, and then 1.19 is going to be there. Also, do I even have enough space? This is how many blocks wide? 1. Wait, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 13, 15, 16. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is extra thin. We messed that one up, huh? Maybe if I... Yeah, you know, this is going to be a thin section. Thin but long, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to have to, like, group blocks together in a way that I... You know, it's fine. It's fine. We'll collect all the blocks. See, my 1.16 collection over here is so nicely put together. Like, they're all perfectly spaced. This vine has been growing far too tall. But, like, it's all perfectly spaced, etc., etc. You know, I'll chop that down. I think I've got some extra ones in here. Yeah, you know, let's just... There we go. 3 vines for me. Throw them in the chest. Or the shulker box. So now if you download the newer copy of the Toycat Let's Play World, you'll have a slightly better vine height. And also, you'll have a new squared off mountain. It's going to be... By the way, in case you're curious, in the next... I know, month or so, there'll be a new... We can finally update the Let's Play World on the marketplace. If you like playing around and downloading, seeing what we're doing. So yeah, it's going to be nice. But yeah, I really do think if you remove suffering, you increase suffering. I think that, like, it's weird that the reverse isn't true. But if you add joy to someone's life, if you add enjoyable things, then life does just get more enjoyable. But I think the inverse isn't true. I think if you remove suffering, you add suffering. In a weird, painful, but true way. Okay, I'm going to remove the top from here and see how it goes. If you removed all suffering, that can't increase suffering if there isn't any. I mean, it's, I mean, first of all, there's the fun semantic argument behind, like, if you know, like, if you remove money, I don't know, like, or something dumb like that. But I think, or like, if you remove all lights from Minecraft, then people are still going to use something as a light, right? You know, like, just trying to remove something and removing something are different. But the, okay, there we go. Yeah, I feel as though we probably should square this off over there. Because it is a bit weird right now. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe we shouldn't. Maybe I should just put a little T in the mountain here. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fun. T. There we go. See, high quality. Honestly, I could write Toycat. I could write lots of fun things in there. Okay, look at that, by the way. I'm impressed because I figured we'd be going through so much more fatigue. Pulling this off in the space of an hour, I'd like to say, mildly impressed myself. I'd love to drag on this live stream, stretch it on all day, but I've had a good time here today. This live stream will become unlisted. If you like seeing unlisted live streams, which is also where I list future ones, you can do it over there. If you want to get yourself some merch, even though it's a very short stream, you know, do you want to reward me for that? You can get literally just IBX Toycat t-shirts, and we will all die someday mugs at ibxtoycat.store. Sorry for a shorter stream, but we did the thing. It's over. I'll be streaming later this week, don't worry. This is my last week in the UK, so I want to like stream a few more times, make it a little better, you know. Yeah, if you enjoyed this time of a live stream, let me know that also, and we can maybe take that into account. I've got a lot of things I need to roll into, including this very world. I've got a big goal to collect all the 1.19 blocks, so I'd better go get started on collecting those darn 1.19 blocks. Thank you for watching, because I'll see you all in the next one. Unless, obviously, there's a tragic accident. You know, most house fires happen to non-Toy Cat subscribers. Can't subscribe to my own channel. But assuming there's no house fire, I'll see you probably on Tuesday for a live stream, and hopefully tomorrow for Let's Play, if I can. There's a lot to do today. There's a lot of blocks. And I have to take frogs to the Nether. What? Wait, how? What do I even do? What is the best strategy for that? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to do some research, I guess. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.